obviously it's a big deal. A lot of people have spent a lot of money to get out here and support me, and I appreciate it. But more most of them are arriving tonight and tomorrow. So this is only a small fraction. This is going to be very, very exciting.
Carl, the fight is so close. How are you feeling about it? I mean, the same thing is going to be a repeat performance.
Yeah, well, I believe so. I think that I'm going to get the win. You know what I've been doing in training, it's been huge. I feel like I'm improving. I feel like I'm getting stronger. I feel like I'm punching harder. But I'm prepared to do whatever it takes to win the fight. I may have to go into the trenches and dig it out, and I'm prepared to do that if I have to.
Carl, could you compare how you feel mentally, physically, right here, fight week in Vegas, in comparison to fight week in Brooklyn for the first fight?
Yeah, well, it's my second fight as a featherweight, so I'm just getting used to the weight now. I'm more relaxed. I'm just relaxed. I'm confident. I think that going into this fight, I have the psychological edge. I've already beaten this guy. I've hurt him as well. So psychologically, I think I have the upper hand here. But I'm just relaxed. This is 2 fights ago. I was 122 champion, and I was killing myself to make the weight. From Friday, I've trained once a day to make the weight, and I'm just relaxed and excited. Happy about boxing again. Last week before a fight, I used to hate it because I wasn't eating much, I was training a lot. Now I'm just relaxed and ready to go.
Well, you said you got the psychological edge, the confidence. What about the flip side to that, where he has more to gain? He lost the first fight, so naturally he should be more motivated.
Yeah, well, I think that both of us are motivated. I think that if you look at some of the stuff that's been said, I want to prove that the first fight wasn't a fluke. I want to prove that I'm a better fighter. I want to prove that, you know, all these awards I picked up at the end of the year are justified. I think Leo spoke about retiring after he loses, which I don't think he should do. I think that if you lose to a top quality fighter and in competitive fights, there's no need to talk about retiring. But he said that, so I think it just adds everything and adds a bit of space to it, and both of us want to go out and get the win again.
It seems like he's almost a defeated guy already. When you start talking about if I lose, you don't usually ever hear fighters talk about it.
No, you do sometimes. I just think that I don't know. I'm not really looking too much into what he said. I believe that he's going to come out. He's going to be a very tough Leo Santa Cruz as normal. I believe it's going to be an exciting fight, difficult fight, but if I make the adjustments that I've been working on in the gym, I think we'll win the fight more competitive.
Carl, Leo said that right after the first fight, I just got to do more. You know, more aggression, more punches. But then we just asked him, and he said, actually, I need to fight a smarter fight. What do you think about that? Could that play into your hands if he tries to be more intelligent in there?
I don't know. I think if you look at Leo's style, it's a great style. It's an exciting style. It's a style that's brought him to become a 3-weight world champion. But the whole way through his career, he fights with aggression. He has a high work rate, and he tries to bully and intimidate opponents. I don't think he's going to do a lot different this time. I think he's going to try, and he get desperate at a point in the fight because I see him falling further behind on the scorecards like the first fight, and that's when he'll give me a chance to capitalize. And I'm hoping to win.
Do you feel you have to?
I feel the power in knocking out. That's, you know, I can't. And that's not I'm not criticising Leo as a tough fighter, or I'm not criticising his chin. I just believe if I hit anyone in the round these weight divisions on the chin clean, then they can go we've got to up and throw back to each other. I think that it's strange, you know, when you share a ring with another man and fight like we did for 12 rounds, you have almost a lifelong respect, and it just automatically happens. And I think that for the end of our days, me and Leo will think fondly of each other. He's a genuine nice guy. I like him a lot, I genuinely do, but this is a business, and if I see any sort of chance to take him out and get the job done, I'm going to do that. And it works both ways, vice versa for him. If he sees me in trouble at all, he's going to do his best to take me out, and that's what they do.
Do you agree, Carl, style and not necessarily like the best in you?
I think so. I think that I like the fight aggressive fighter, and Leo is very aggressive. I like the guys who can be I prefer them coming to me than having to go get them. So obviously Leo's going to come, and I like his style. I like the fight. These type of fighters I have since I was an amateur. I believe I'm a better fighter puncher than I am a get him type fighter. So I think that his style suits me.
What stage do you kind of coordinate your attitude towards him when you can be effective? When you sign the fight?
I don't know. I reckon probably walking out to the ring together or in the change room. I'm not in that one of these guys. I don't hate anyone. I certainly don't hate a guy like Leo who I respect. I won't hate him in the ring either, but this is a sport, and I've spoken about this before. You want to get in anything you do in life, you want to be better than the next man. You want to get the upper hand, and if I see a chance to take it out in the ring, I will do it.
Carl, what do you have to change anything from the first fight to be victorious again, or do you just have to do the same thing?
No, I had to make a few adjustments. Nothing major, I don't think. I think the game plan was good, but I get drawn into a fight a little bit too much, and I was going back in straight lines a bit too much. I get clipped sometimes when I should have been. And Leo has very long arms, and he punches long. So I need to be cautious, even when I'm at distance. I need to be cautious because he's got a long wingspan, a big wingspan, and be careful from start to finish for 30 odd minutes as the fight goes on. If I'm switched on, I wouldn't fight.
Is this hard to do with the amount of fans you're going to have here and they're yelling and you're trying to put on a show for them too? Is it hard to be disciplined?
No. Well, the last fight kind of suggested it is because I fought him a bit too much, but I feel like I'm an intelligent fighter and I'm a clever, I have a good boxing brain. I've got a game plan in this fight. The plan is to get the win and to make it as easy as possible. I don't want to get drawn into a fight if I don't have to. I don't want to fight to my opponent's strength. Just do what's best for me to make sure the hands is at the end.
Against when you fought Alejandro Gonzalez, you kind of did the same thing you were talking about earlier. You wanted to fight instead of kind of boxing and letting the fight come to you. Are you more of a natural temperament to box or to go in there and get it?
I don't know. I think it's a mix of both. With Alejandro Gonzalez, I overlooked him, if I'm being honest, and you should never do that to another opponent. And I had it in my head that I was going to go in and beat him up and win the fight convincingly, and that's the wrong attitude to approach any fight with. So you need to be careful, but I feel like I'm intelligent. Sometimes I get carried away. I'm passionate as well when I have to be, but if I'm focused and switched on the whole way through, I'll win the fight the smartest way possible.
Why is it some fighters become better once they become world champion? It seems like that could be the case with you.
Maybe just confidence. I don't know. I think that I genuinely believe in improving. This is the sort of, a lot of people are slowing down when they hit my age, like close to 30. I genuinely, every fighter's going to say it. They're always going to say, "Oh, training camp is great. I feel like it gets better all the time." But I genuinely believe that I'm an improving fighter.
Carl, you had an opportunity to fight pound for pound top 3, one of the best fighters in the world here in the who would you say would be a tougher fight, Leo Santa Cruz or Guillermo?
Well, it depends. I think that both of them have very different styles. I don't think a Regal fight would be hard in the lungs. I don't think we'll have a habit in that fight. I think a fight with Leo Santa Cruz is physically very demanding. Both guys are tremendous fighters, but who knows who's the toughest. I think that I've fought a very tough fight against Leo Santa Cruz. That's all I know.
And the two best fighters at featherweight right now, Oscar Valdez and Gary Russell Jr. Are you interested in fighting any of those guys? I know you mentioned Selby, but
well, are they the best, or I would say I'm the best.
Outside of you,
I don't. I'm interested in big games. Whoever comes to Belfast, that's the important thing for me is to fight in Belfast next. And I think that would you get Valdez to Belfast? I doubt it. Would you get Gary Russell to Belfast? I doubt it. Selby would come to Belfast. I think Alcamara would come to Belfast. So the important thing for me is to be involved in big fights, but I want my next fight to be at home.
Why is that so important, Carl?
I haven't done it in 2 years now. I just love it. I love it. I don't think that they could create an atmosphere like it anywhere else in the world. And there's talk of me fighting outdoors at Windsor Park, which is Northern Ireland. Team I support, Northern Ireland. Their home stadium. That would be huge for me. Obviously, this is massive. The MGM, the fight capital of the world, Barclays Centre, New York, absolutely massive. But Windsor Park, Belfast, it may seem strange to some people, but that's what I want to do. Ricky hasn't done it at Man City, so that's what I want to do.
Well, Carl,
For you, is there a little bit of, with your relationship with Barry, is there a little bit of like carrying on or finishing some unfinished business a little bit from the standpoint of what he was, how far he took it, and where you are now?
I don't know.
Your
I think
potential?
we're two different men, you know what I mean? And Barry done his thing, and he was a great champion, a Hall of Famer, been involved in some amazing fights, and been watched by so many people worldwide. But I'm doing my own thing, you know what I mean? We're obviously a great team, but I'm the old man, and it's not. I don't feel like I'm having to carry on what Barry's done. He's done it, and I'm doing it now, so that's it.
Lee Selby said outside of Anthony Joshua fighting other heavyweights, you and him would be the biggest fight in any part of the UK. Do you agree with that assessment?
I'd say Khan and Brook would be a pretty big one as well, if that ever happens, but it's up there. It's certainly up there, and hopefully that can happen. But again, I don't want to be seen as if I'm looking past leave Santa Cruz. I'm absolutely not. This is a very, very tough night. I'm going to be in for. I understand that, and one fight at a time, really. But after that, we can talk about Selby and
well, Carl,
What do you think about Leo Santa Cruz is surprising?
No, because I went in with the main frame that it's going to be a tough night. I was expecting it to be a hard night, and it was. What I did find was his feet were slow. He punched pretty long, hands were pretty fast, but his feet were slow.
Did you prepare for the fact that he is going to try to use his reach and most likely try to box the way he did against Albert Barnes?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But if he does that, I think that becomes an easier fight for me.
is his length a problem? Is it difficult to deal with how tall he is for the weight class, Santa Cruz?
No, I look at me. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, and I'm used to it. And I think that my distance control and my feet work can negate a lot of their attributes and their height and length and everything else. But I don't think it's any good. I've fought guys like Santa Cruz before. I've sparred bigger guys in Santa Cruz, so I'm used to it.
Would you say that's one of the key things of your game? You're really good at knowing your distance, when to not throw the punch. When I saw sparring you when you were 9, you were already in and out back then like that.
So that is, I think that's probably the main asset that I have, the distance control. So it's good, I feel like I'm a pretty all-round fighter. I can go forward, better at going back, but I can do a bit of everything.
It's a natural practice that distance control.
I don't know. I think it kind of came naturally, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I was always being told as a kid, even filling the key back home, was always going over and over and over about your job, and being a small guy, you just want to get in and fight, but the job's the best weapon in the business, and obviously your feet work are important too, but I always had the mentality when I was a kid. Didn't always, because I fought sometimes, but my trainers always wanted me to talk because they usually see that.
After winning Fighter of the Year last year, what do you do for an encore in 2017?
I don't know. If potentially this could be a bigger year. I've got I'm kicking off the year with a huge fight against Leo, and it's given me the chance early in the year, so it's given me the chance to have another 2 fights, squeeze another 2.
Want to have 3 then instead of 2?
Yeah, instead of 2. So if I remain undefeated and beat guys like Leo again and Selby or whoever else, and have 3 fights, it's going to be a pretty special year again.
Carl, outside of you, who would you say is the most well-rounded, the most skilled fighter, and probably would be the biggest challenge for you at the featherweight division right now?
Gary Russell, probably. I think that he's a tremendous fighter. I think they're all very good. You know, Valdez, Selby, we're all good fighters, and there's big fights to be made. But I think that Gary Russell will be a very difficult fight. But again, I want to be involved in big fights, and if he wants to come to Belfast, then that's actually a fight that can happen.
Carl, usually after 2 big fights against a guy like Santa Cruz, you go back to your home and fight an easier fight. Selby is certainly not that. You know, would that be a little too much?
I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me. Easy fights now, or gimmies. I know I could go back and fight an unknown guy and sell out and do pretty well. I don't want to do that. I don't want to con the fans. I just want to be involved in fights that I get hyped up for, and obviously I'm getting pretty hyped up for this fight.
Is it more about quality over quantity to finish your career out?
Yeah, just the names. You know, I want big names. And the belts are important, but the names are equally as important, I think, maybe even more important. I just want to be remembered for being involved in memorable fights, good fights against quality opposition.
Do you feel you'll be here at 126 pounds for a while?
I can make this weight easy. You know, like I said, since Friday I've been training once a day to make the weight, so I've never had to do that before. I'm always kind of busting my balls to do 122 or 126. I know it's 4 difference, or 4 pound doesn't seem like a big difference, but for me it's huge. So I can hang around this weight for as long as possible, but the big fight comes up at 130, then I'd be happy to step up.
Moving up to this weight, you felt did do something for you as a fighter, made you better?
Yeah, it made me better, it made me stronger, it made me take a shot better. Just suited my all-round game really, and made me more confident approaching fights, knowing that I wasn't having to kill myself to make a weight. I just feel like you're going to see even better performances at this weight.
Irish boxing right now seems like it's at a real high in just combat sports in general. Conor McGregor, it seems like you and him are probably the 2 most popular guys in Ireland, would you say, for combat sports?
Well, for combat sports probably, but I think McGregor stands alone. He's a huge name all over the world. He's a massive star, some guy I admire a lot, but you know, I'm pretty happy about what I'm doing and the fan base that I have.
You're a little bit more laid back than he is, I would say.
Well, we're different characters. We're completely different characters, but McGregor is McGregor's doing his thing, and fair play to him. He seems to be raking it in, and you know, why not? I really like him. I haven't met him yet. You know, he sent me a couple of messages before fights, so I wish me luck, but I'm still looking to meet him.
Are you guys friends?
He's going to walk out Conlon in his debut fight, supposedly, in March.
Yeah.
What do you think about Conlon? You know, you're an Olympian.
He's a good fighter, a very good amateur. We have a mutual friend in Paddy Barnes. Both of us are very, very friendly with Paddy Barnes. So, but you know, it's the start of his professional journey. He has all the tools to get to the very top, but it's a completely different sport, and we're still yet to find out. But potentially, he could be very, very good.
There's a long way to go still.
Yeah.
Do you have any friendship with Conor McGregor? Has he seen you fight, given you some praise?
He's never been to a fight, but he's watched me a few times, and he sent me a few video messages privately, just to wish me luck in fights. And he's a good guy. He's a good guy, and he's playing the game. You know, he has this kind of persona, but McGregor's playing the game, and he's making a lot of money doing it. So fair play to him.
You'll come out for that boxing writers dinner if you get your award on March 16th to New York, and then maybe stick around for Conlon and see
That would be
Conor.
good. Yes, why not?
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, it'd be great. New York on Paddy's Day would be awesome.
Maybe catch the Triple G fight 2 days later.
Well, of course, that's bigger again. So I haven't seen Golovkin fight live in the flesh. It's something that I want to do. So yeah.
Is he in trouble against Jacobs? Could he be upset in that fight? Jacobs is a good fighter.
Jacobs is a good fighter. I just think Golovkin's a level above everyone. Golovkin is a special fighter, hard man, and I think you've seen Jacobs being knocked out by Pirog, pretty badly. I think that Golovkin is Pirog times 10, you know what I mean? And I think that he wins.
Thank you, Carl.